Hi there, Mary here from Change is Always Possible, and I'm out for a walk. So I'm extremely fortunate to be able to come out in this beautiful countryside and sit among the trees and listen to the birds. And I know that that is not possible for everyone. So, for those of us like me who can, let's be very grateful. And there's lots to be grateful for in life, but there's also a lot going on that's probably causing um, difficulty, concern, and problems for people. It's quite alarming hearing that in the UK the calls to Childline have escalated, the calls to domestic violence helplines has gone up dramatically. People are having to go to refuges because we are telling people that they have to stay at home and they have to stay in unsafe situations. And I think that's wrong, it's dangerous, and I think the long-term health implications for some of these people will be dire, as will forcing people into a state of loneliness. And we know that loneliness is now considered a greater factor than smoking in premature death. So, if you're out there and you're questioning what's going on, you're not alone. I'm questioning what's going on. I'm not saying I've got answers, but I certainly don't feel 100% happy and behind what we're doing. I heard somebody on a podcast talking about how they'd gone to see their mum and they'd felt compelled to ask her if she wanted a hug, and she did want a hug. Of course she wanted a hug. It's natural for us to hug. And he was, criticised for that. But surely it was up to his mum to decide what risk she wanted to put herself at. It's her body, it's her life, it's her right to choose. And I think some of that is getting forgotten in amongst what's going on, that we all have a right to choose. So every old person, every vulnerable person, every person with chronic ill health, they have a right to choose as well. We all have lots of rights that it's easy to forget about them when we're frightened and we're being fed distorted information by the media that's whipping up the fear. So yeah, I just wanted to say that, so that if there's any of you out there who are feeling similarly, know you're not alone, and it doesn't make anybody right or wrong. We've got a right. We can have our feelings, we can have our thoughts. We're all entitled to our own freedom of thought. And in fact, in this country, we still have freedom of speech, although at the moment, some of that is questionable now about how much freedom of speech there is. So it's important that we do keep speaking out. It's important that we exercise that freedom, lest it be shut down any more than it already is being, because that is a really dangerous route, and it's a space that I don't want to live in. I think we have a lot of privileges and things to be proud of and grateful for about how we have lived, and we mustn't give away our rights to freedom, freedom to speak, freedom to choose. Anyway, that's my little tuppence worth for today, and for those of us who can get out in nature, be grateful that you can. And for those that can't, throw open your windows and try and breathe in some clean air, because there's a very high chance it will be cleaner now than it normally is. Okay, bye.